What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stokastic covering DraftKings Reignmakers PGA Tour here for the Canadian Open. Yes, the RBC Canadian. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. I'm telling you, it's been a wild couple days with the old PGA Tour. And why? Well, because they added Craft and Burn to the PGA Tour, of course. That is why. Nothing else to see here. Yes, the PGA Tour crafting tokens are available now. Some of you might not be familiar from the football streets, from the NFL streets, or from the UFC streets. So I'm going to talk about what Craft and Burn is before we dive into my single entry plays, my favorite buys for the week per usual. And again, we'll be doing a rare contest coming up here very shortly as well, but going to be doing my core single entry contest for you this week. Let's talk, what are these crafting tokens? Well, if you have dead cards, and by dead cards, I mean guys who just finished DFL, if you have guys that are not playing because they're hurt, like a Will Zalatoris, although I would probably keep that one just in the event you got 10% of value basically derived from the cards for next year. That's a conversation for a different day, but we're going to take some of those cards that we don't use, and we're going to incorporate them immediately. Now, the Rainmaker crafting token sold out, but everything else is available on the marketplace depending on what tier you're playing in, this being the core, rare, elite, and legendary. If you have cards that are not good, we're talking bad cards that you want to burn and get rid of forever and maybe turn them into a stud, you can do that right here. Now, they did drop a token to me already here because I have a bunch of cards in different capacities. So if you go over to your portfolio, you have, don't mind all the UFC cards, although UFC 289 this weekend, I'm going to be playing. You should be playing. Check out those packs. There's still a couple available on the marketplace. Probably not by the time you hear this. It'll be close. It'll be close. But either way, we're going to go to the Reignmakers PGA Tour crafting tokens. And if you've been playing all season long, well, they probably airdropped one to you as well. Some people are selling them below cost. So actually, in terms of offers, I mean, I'm not going to sell it for $193 because that's somebody trying to snipe it low. That is what it is. They're going for $1.99 there in the marketplace. But let's jump over to the Craft and Burn. And how does this work, friends? Well, you're going to take your collectibles, you're going to trade in the ones that are dead cards. I'm calling them dead cards. They're not dead. They're just players that are either very, very bad or very, very cheap for whatever reason. They could be hurt. Other things of that capacity can allow you to turn it into a card that could possibly return some value. Now, there's an inactive Group 1 or Group 2 crafting pack, so there are different ways to go about building it out there. But as you can see, this one not gaining as much traction because this is the one we want. We want to get ourselves a golfer and have a chance to get a really good stud. Now, there's Craft and Burn going every single week. I've probably covered a couple of them for you where you could trade in a golfer, get somebody. For the most part, I think my core contest, the ones that you get from your free pack below that you can, of course, sign up for, that is, I think I have better golfers than that of Callum Tarrant. I love Aaron Ryan, Brandon Wu, but I mean, it is what it is. Let's go and craft a pack, shall we? This is going to be a lot of fun. All right, so you could buy the collectibles by clicking on that little deal. You could buy the specific crafting token. We're going to click on that. And then I have 108 eligible cards that we can go and burn. Now, I'm not going to burn a Jason Day. I'm not going to burn any of my rare cards, period. You know, you're going to want to upgrade those and have some spots. I'm not going to burn Victor Hovland, who just won a freaking golf tournament and is worth some money now. But we are going to burn. Where'd Gashowski go? I'm not saying it correctly. There he is. 40 cents. That is the floor. This guy is on the senior tour. So let's get rid of him, shall we? That seems like it makes sense. And if you look at the eligible collectibles, 40 cents is kind of the floor. There are some very smart people doing very smart things, and you can kind of tell what's going on. Some prize sets, some Quade Cummins, some Richard Johnson, Ryan Moore. Ryan Moore, interesting. Falling off the planet. Do people not know to play him at the John Deere Classic? We'll find out. Now, we're going to also take David Hearn. I'm just going to get rid of him for time's sake. Sorry, 45-cent David Hearn. I don't think he's even playing in the Canadian Open, but it is what it is. We're going to craft this out. Yes, you want to admit that you're getting rid of these forever. So we're going to permanently burn them, and we got ourselves a pack. Yes, we got ourselves a pack, and I'm going to go to my packs here, and I'm going to open this Craft and Burn. I don't know what we're going to get. Hopefully something good. It's one of the great things in life at this point in time. All right. Let's see who he ended up turning it in for. Alex Noren. All right. Number 6 of 480. He'll be playing in some majors. He has some utilities. So, yeah, the crafting background there looks all nice and spiffy. Now, is that the best card I could get? No. He's playing over in Europe this weekend. I know for a fact because I think it's his home country. I think he's playing in Sweden this weekend. Don't quote me on that. I think that's where the DP World Tour is, or should I say the Live PGA Tour DP World Tour is playing. I know we got some time coming before all of that becomes official, but friends, that is the Craft and Burn. You should be checking that out. Just like if you don't have a pack yet, why aren't you signing up in the video description box below? If you're listening to me talk about the great stuff that they have over here at PGA Tour Reignmakers, you probably want to jump in yourself. But per usual, single entry, 1K to first. We're going to have some big contests coming here for the US Open next week. Looking forward to breaking that one down for you. I think we're going to take a little extra time, even though we took some extra time today to talk through the Craft and Burn for those newbies to it. Again, if you fast forwarded to this, you know what we're doing. We're going to the single entry, baby. And right off the bat, you can see Tyrrell Hatton, Rory McIlroy. These are your two guys. If you're starting a pack this week, you could talk me into starting with Rory McIlroy, although John Rahm, Scotty Scheffler, if you're planning to play the US Open next week, they are going in the $40 range, and you would want to start with one of those if you're planning on playing. However, as you can see, there's some golfers that I'm fading pretty heavily this week, and Cam Young is going to be one in DFS that I'm fading. I do not trust the putter. He's lost nearly 5 strokes putting the last 2. These green complexes look a little bit tricky to me from the Google Earth flyovers. I'm going to be starting with a Canadian, Corey Connors. He treated us very, very nicely early on this season. San Anton. Big old win down in San Anton. Shout out Charles Barkley. Number 1, 64, 72, 69, 68. Those are good things. It's been not so fun here since the Masters when I took another pretty big stand on him then next week. A golf course that he generally plays really, really well. And then, well, went to the Memorial. You could have done an in memoriam for his golf game. Either way, he's in Canada. We're going to click on him. And then Thagala. I'm not a huge fan of him for DFS purposes. Seems like he's going to be getting some steam again. He always projects out really, really low, and then he gets steamed up towards the end of the week. We'll see where it ends up landing, but I think he's a pretty interesting buy. The Pepperdine guy, he was the number 1 amateur in the country coming out of Pepperdine. Absolute stud. I've played against him. Let me just say, pretty good at golf. Played at Crystal Air Country Club with him in a U.S. Amateur qualifier. Of course, he got in. Of course, I shot 74, 72, so don't mind me. But Thagala, he's an absolute stud, and 7 top 10 so far this season. For me, it's also LA Country Club, where I've played a lot of golf courses in Southern California. I've played just about everywhere you could want to play except for LA Country Club. I'm excited to go walk the grounds, excited to be out there Monday, Tuesday, and then I'm going to be out there on Saturday, Sunday as well. Going to be an awesome, awesome time over at LA Country Club. But Corey Connors, coupling him with Thagala, who, again, at least has the Southern California familiarity. Kikuya, it'll kill ya. Did you enjoy that? I enjoyed it too. All right, now it's where it's going to get a little perilous, and I think Matt Fitzpatrick's somebody that I would want to be buying. But Sam Burns, you know by now, I'm obsessed with the man. Nothing we saw the last 2 weeks is going to shy me away. He played well at Colonial 6th, T6 that is, T16 over at the Memorial, which again is going to be more comparable to the green complexes that he's going to be on this week. Sam Burns just can gain across the entire board in every single shot category in terms of strokes gained. The putter has not lost over a shot there. Feel pretty confident that Sam Burns is going to be somebody that I'm going to be relying on quite heavily. Although in DFS, I will not be on him as much because you do have Rory and you do have Hatton. Tyrrell Hatton actually leading this tournament in terms of fantasy points per time out in this season. Wild stuff. Will Gordon. Hey, he's going to be in my rare contest lineup. That's for sure. I think my boy Ben Martin as well. That'll be fun, but we're going to skip him. We're going to move on down the line here. And Brandon Wu, I kind of besmirched him. He is available there for those trade-ins. I have found in core contests, those players that are in the Craft and Burn section do get steamed up. Price of them comes down. I am more inclined to click on Adam Hadwin sitting there. He is a player that, again, there's a 3,400 yard, I believe it's the front nine. No, it's the back nine out here at this golf course. It's pretty short, pretty gettable. The rough looks a little bit long, and has it been brutal with four miscuts in his last 7 events? Look at me doing mental math. Nope, 6 events. It's worse than I thought. But going back to his Canadian homeland, hopefully we can spike a little bit of upside from him here. Actually, you know what? Let's get him out of our lives. Let's move down here because I have somebody else. Benny on. Why you have to leave me, Benny? I don't like it. Keith Mitchell, I'm in love with this week. Here you go. My number 2 approach. Clicking on it. Now, this falls into the ball striking mode of things, but looking at the Memorial, this field, a lot weaker than the Memorial here. We've seen at least some made cuts here down the line, and it always comes down to just flashing an upside with the putter. I'm playing a lot of really bad putters and Reignmakers and DFS this week. Can't wait. Brendan Todd got, whatever. But here we go. Shout out Eric Cole. This is going to be in the single entry lineup. I've kind of had one major deviation, whether it was Sepp Straka, ended up spiking some major upside there. But Eric Cole, he's a player I've been a little bit apprehensive to be going nuts with here of late. And we see him over $3, which tells you some sharp people are pricing him up because, well, my dog just fell asleep on a cord. That was a big thud, Duke. Anyway, we are looking at Eric Cole this week as a buy. It's an absolute buy for me coming off T24 at the Memorial. And then, well, cut, some interesting finishes. But overall, at T5, we're going down here to, where's the second? There you go. The Honda, that was the coming out party. Then with Bay Hill, you're looking at the missed cut there. Shot 80 on his home golf course. That's always fun. I'm guessing it wasn't very fun for him, but Eric Cole in general is just a player that I haven't been in the same way the field has in a couple of spots, or I've just kind of been waiting to pull the trigger on him. It's not that he's been crazy popular or steamed up anywhere, but he's 6th in terms of strokes gained approach amongst this field in his last 50 rounds. 22nd in putting, 6th in around the green game, 27th in strokes gained ball striking, 13th in DK scoring amongst the last 50 rounds. That is some underrated, under the radar stuff. So Corey Connors, Thigala, Burns, you want to have some exposure to the Hatton, the McIlroys. Cam Young, would it shock me if he went out and just torched it? No, it wouldn't. Tommy Fleetwood's probably the one buy I'm going to get back in on this week because... Or do I just wait for the U.S. Open? It's so hard to decide because the price of some of these cards are going to come down for the U.S. Open relative to the field strength. You're getting every best player in the world in it. But also, it's a tough kind of situation. But we're going to hit some mid lineup on that one. And then to round it out, as I always do, I give you, my friends, the core contest. Here we are, draft team. I'm going to give you my expensive buy, my mid-range buy, and my cheapie that I want you to be in on that are not guys that I already discussed. So amongst the expensive guys, as you can see, we still have Hatton sitting up there, 1675. He's been playing really, really well this season. Iron extraordinaire. Rory has won in Canada now back-to-back years, going for the three-peat, even though it's a completely different golf course here at Oakdale. So just keep that in mind. But Corey Connors has to be the buy here at 815. We talked about him leading into San Antonio. I don't know if we've talked about him since then, outside of the Masters, where I played him in single entry. He missed the cut. Nice little 80 there on Friday. But Corey Connors, I just love the ball striking pedigree. Going back to his home country. Yo, bro. 815. He's in that single entry lineup. He's my captain for a reason. I am going to be playing him a lot in DFS. Sam Burns, I'm just biased towards. It is what it is. Will Gordon. We've seen him be very popular this season in DFS, and obviously with these, we have NFTs meets DFS. It's a little bit different. We're buying the player cards, and you don't have to think about things of that nature, but I will say it's surprising to see him down at $2.80, but my mid-range buy, we're going to call that anything over $3 here at the moment. Where did he go? Where'd you go? Miss you so. It's not Aaron Baddeley. I'm going to throw that out there. Not Aaron Wise either. He's just getting back into the mix. Shane Lowry, my friends. $6.68, a little bit cheaper than those top tier guys that are 16 and such. Only one top 10 here, but friends, it's coming around. He's coming around the mountain when she comes. I definitely want it for the Open Championship, and right now is the time to buy. Yes, would it shock you? Shane Lowry feels like he's a sharp pick by everybody for the Masters, for every major championship. Ooh, if the conditions get tough, he's a great wind player. Well, I think he's just good on difficult golf courses in general. And yes, wind can definitely be factored in a little bit, make things far more difficult. But as I look at things, we've now seen 2 top 20s back to back here. I feel pretty confident in Shane Lowry being one of the better ball strikers and around the green combination type players on the PGA Tour. This was sitting down at $6 yesterday. Kind of screwed that up. You're going to want to jump in on this one quick. Yeah, we still got some under $7. I feel pretty darn good about Shane Lowry being a buy. I will be buying some. You should buy some too, my friends. And now to my cheapie, Eric Cole. I did throw him into the mix. So just saying you should like that. But there's no way that this isn't a buy. Maverick McNeely, my God. Times are tough here in the investment business. Well, not his dad's because he's a billionaire. But Maverick McNeely, we're talking about one of the best putters on planet Earth. The ball striking's fallen way by the wayside. He got injured right before Pebble Beach. But I think there's a lot of PGA Tour season left. And keeping your card, keeping around, these are important things. He does have the 3 top 10s. I don't think he'll have an issue keeping his card per se. But I think that seeing Aaron Rai more expensive, who we've been focused in on, seeing Taylor Pendrith more expensive, who I've never talked about in my life, Mark Hubbard, $2.25, some wild stuff. Garrett Cago, 70 cents. That's wild to be looking at. I think he will be popular in DFS. At least he was yesterday. We'll check in with the projections and things over here at Stokastic, which, hey, that kind of leads me to a fun deal. Go to stokastic.com, friends, as you hit that like button, of course, and run down to the free DraftKings Reignmakers PGA Tour projections for this week, which leads us to a couple of fun little discussion points to round out our program. Shane Lowry, how is he not a buy? Explain to me how Shane Lowry sub $7 isn't a buy this week. He's one of the only cards that I would really want to be paying for on the top end unless I'm planning to play every single slate here. Rory McIlroy, too. Smashes East Lake. Looking at that field of 30 at the end of the season. Ooh, those could be good things. Ooh, those could be really, really good things. I need to buy some. But this is what I really wanted to point out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13th. Maverick McNeely has a top player probability of 13th. Higher than Sahith Theegala. He's going... I was being all dramatic and stuff, and now here we are. He's going for $1.48. Best putter in the field. Just throwing it out there. He's your buy for the week. Scoop it, score it, pop, lock, and drop it, friends. All right, that does it for me. Another week of DraftKings Reignmakers in the books. Don't forget about UFC 289 going on Saturday. That's going to be good times. Pretty sick. Amanda Nunes going to be a big favorite. Going to be a great title fight, though. I think a lot better than a Pena three-peat that would be her. She's lost one, but it'd be her third time fighting her. You know what I mean? UFC 289. Pack's still available there. You also have the U.S. Open coming up next week. Jump in on some of these cards that you might be interested in using for next week as well. LA Country Club, new venue for the, well, not for the USGA. They had a Walker Cup there, but new venue for all of these PGA Tour pros. Best available. Going to be a really fun way to build out next week. We shall do that here on this program. Same time, same place. I'm Eric Lindquist, friends. Check out the Craft and Burn. Check out your free pack below. Best of luck at the RBC Canadian Open this weekend. Live and let live. Or something like that. I don't know.